Hey guys, it's Alexandra and I am so excited to be filming this video. So today I'm going to be doing a first impression and review on all three of the Morphe new face products. So they just came out with the Morphe Fluidity foundation. They came out with a concealer for the line and a finishing powder. I am so excited. I went to the store yesterday and got my hands on all three items before it was sold out, and I wanted to get it firsthand. I didn't want to wait for shipping. So today, as I said, I will be doing a first impression and review on the foundation, concealer, and powder, which I am very excited for. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button to join my little fam, and also don't forget to click the little notification bell so you guys don't miss out whenever I post another video. So without further ado, let's hop right into this first impression and review. Alrighty, so I literally just got out of the shower, and yes, I am wearing another robe. If you guys watch my videos, I always wear robes, but I like doing my makeup in robes because I tend to 99.9% of the time get makeup on my clothes. So that is the explanation for that. So before I hop right in, I am just gonna prime my face. I do have it moisturized, I have my eye cream, all of that. And for my primer, I am going to be using the primer that I always use for the past like year, so it doesn't sway me any other way. I did want to use this primer because this is the primer that I use, and I cannot apply like my foundation concealer without this primer. So this is a great base, and I know this works and it's awesome. So if anything is, you know, bad, then I know it's gonna be like the foundation and concealer, if that makes sense. So I'm taking the Dr. Brandon Pores No More primer, and I'm just gonna be applying that all over my face, which you guys probably know if you watch my videos. I use this all the time. It is such an amazing primer if you have really big pores, acne prone skin, acne scarring, any of that. It just gives it such a nice base. My face is all primed. I also got the Morphe setting mist, which I've never used before, so I'm going to use this as if I'm using my Urban Decay setting spray. So I spray my face like 3 times. I spray it right after my primer, then after I apply all liquid products, and then after I'm fully done with my makeup. So I'm going to do this as if I'm really doing like my everyday makeup routine and like the steps I take. Oh my goodness, that felt so nice. Oh. Well, I really like the smell. I like how it's not too much, because sometimes when I spray my Urban Decay, like it comes out very like blotchy, and I'm like, oh crap, like I have a, you know, wetness on my face. I do like it though. I pretty much drench my face, but for first impression, I like it. We'll see how this works. So while I let that dry, I'm gonna talk about the foundation to begin with. So I got the shade F2.20. So when I went to the store, their foundations, the way they were laid out was not in order from lightest to darkest. So that definitely could throw people off, especially if you have a hard time matching your foundation. They did have like cools, neutrals, warm tones already labeled. So it's really easy if you know your undertone and you know this color that you want. As you guys could tell even by this video, my face is a completely different color from the rest of my body. So I always match my foundation to the rest of my body. I also self-tan a lot. So when I went to go pick up the foundation, I did have some self-tanner on. So I'm not judging this based on like color, because it's definitely gonna match me pretty well, but not like 100%. Also, this color right here is not the color that's in the tube. This is just like the packaging, which also could throw people off, so definitely be mindful of that. So it does say that this is a full coverage foundation. I love full coverage foundations, so we will see how that works. As you guys see, I do have acne, I have scarring, all of that, so a full coverage foundation is awesome. I also like when it's pretty buildable, because some days I don't want to wear a very full coverage foundation where I feel like I have so much makeup on my face, I don't know what to do with myself. So that's first and foremost. Also the packaging, I love their very sleek black packaging. I love it. I really do. I love everything that this line stands for, how they came out with 60 shades. That is amazing, and this is very affordable. This for it hopefully being really good, I did spend $60, $40, so if I love this foundation, that is going to be great. Also, the amount of shades that they did have, I know that whether it's winter, summer, I won't have to really think about, oh, am I going to use this foundation, because I could go out and buy it because it is so affordable, and they do have so many shades for you, which I really love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my foundation, half of it with the Morphe sponge and the other half with the Morphe M439 brush. So how I usually always apply my foundation, to be completely honest, is I'll go in with a brush, I'll apply it all over down my neck, and then I'll go in with a sponge and pat it all in and take off all the excess. So that's how I do it. But for the sake of this video, I am going to split up my face. One side I'm going to use the Morphe sponge, the other side I'm going to use the Morphe M439 brush, which is also new that I got from the James Charles brush kit. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a pretty good match. That's such a good match actually for my neck. Okay, that's cool. Okay, one thing I don't do, and I know a lot of people do, but I'm not gonna be here and trying to be like everybody else. I never ever apply product on my brush or my sponge. Ever. Like that, you will never see me do that. So just FYI. So I'm gonna start off by using the brush, which is also like a first impressions because it's never been used. Okay. So just starting to blend this out. This is an amazing match. That is probably one of the most perfect matches I ever got. What? Okay, so I'm using this brush and I'm going in with like dabbing motions because that's how I always... Okay, I'm really like, oh my god. So my first impression is it definitely is a full coverage foundation. It's blending out very, very nicely. Okay, I'm very impressed by the coverage of this foundation right now and how well it matches my body. Like, what the heck? I am very honest when it comes to everything on my channel. As you guys know, if you guys watch my videos, I'm 110% honest with everything. And guys, like, I am so impressed. I did not use that much foundation to begin with, and I was scared that it wasn't going to be too much. First of all, I'm very, very happy about the match. Second of all, this is one layer. It's not a thin layer, but it's not a very heavy layer either. Like, I used a regular amount like I would with any other foundation, and it basically covered everything. Looks absolutely flawless, even on camera. Like, yes, I have two really big breakouts right there, and right over here I have scarring, which for me personally, I don't use my foundation for that. I will go ahead and use a concealer, or I'll go ahead and do another layer of foundation, but that is just my skin. But if you have like nice clear skin, when it comes to texture, like, you can't see the texture at all. Like, yes, you see a little bit of the acne, but how much really is it? So you guys could see this is without the foundation. This is with the foundation. I'm very impressed right now, you guys. All right, now I'm gonna try it with the Morphe sponge. So I'm gonna use the same amount, and we're gonna go ahead and use the sponge. I feel like when I use a sponge, I do have to use more product as well, so we'll see. Also, I do wanna let you know I'm not a fan of applying product this way. That might sway me. See, like, you could already tell how much product is getting picked up on the sponge. And that is why I don't personally like applying my makeup with a sponge first. I do see a difference. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. When I use a brush and as opposed to using a sponge, I feel like there is more product on this side of my face as opposed to this side. Like, you guys could see the coverage isn't as good as this side of my face, and that's just, I don't think it's the foundation. I just honestly truly think that it's the sponge because I applied the same amount of foundation. But that is why I never go ahead and use a sponge. I just feel like it picks up all the product, and I don't know. I use a sponge after I use a brush. But like, this side of my face, like, flawless. This side was also really nice, but you guys had to see me go in with a little bit more of that foundation just because the sponge picked it up. So this is my face with one layer, basically one layer of the foundation, and this was a pretty light layer, to be completely honest. It matches my body perfectly. Like, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. As of right now, I think this looks so flawless. I would be so happy just going out like this, if I'm honest. So first impression, blown away by this foundation. The color match, I love how it looks. I love matte foundations to begin with. And it's not too matte. Like, it's still bringing out some radiance around this side of my face, which I like as well. I don't want to be completely matte where I look like, you know, chalk or something. So very, very impressed right now. All right, so let's move on to the concealer. So for the concealer, it is a full coverage concealer as well. That's what it says. It's a soft matte, and I got the shade C155. The packaging I really like, super sleek, super nice. Oh, I like the applicator a lot. I feel like when it comes to this, it's obviously a preference. I did get shades lighter. Obviously, I use my concealer to highlight. Sometimes I will go in and cover any spots, but at the end of the day, when I blend it out, it's completely fine. So for today's purpose, I am just gonna use this underneath my eyes. Okay. That's like a perfect shade for me. It's feeling pretty nice right now. I'm really loving this applicator, to be completely honest. So I'm gonna do one side at a time because I don't know how fast this dries or how it works. And for this, I'm just gonna use my sponge. Oh, wow. Pop that on my lid as well. Oh, wow, that looks so good. What the hell? Like, guys, I'm pretty shook right now. If I'm being honest, like, what the heck? What under eye circles right now? Obviously, I look a little bit scary. This is just my personal preference. I love my concealer a lot lighter. I like it to highlight underneath my eyes. So if this is not something you like, obviously you could get a darker shade, but guys, no concealer, concealer. So this side of my face is playing out a lot better. Like right over here, it didn't conceal as good. Let me see if I layer it a little bit. Because one thing is, if I layer concealers and it gets cakey or it doesn't do anything or it smudges, then that's a problem for me. Also, naturally, this side of my face, my under eyes are a lot darker than this side. I don't understand why. So that's also it. Concealer's really good. Obviously, for me, I don't know how the concealer plays out until I set it and once I wear it throughout the day. So that's what we will see. Now I'm just gonna spray my face, as I said, after I do all liquid makeup. And as I said, I'm doing this very fair review, very fair game, as I would with anything else. Oh my God, that feels so good. What the heck? Like, I drenched my face, just so you guys know, as I said that before. Now the last thing I'm gonna be reviewing and giving you guys my first impression of is the Morphe Filter Effect Finishing Powder. So I got it in Filter 3. Now, this is where it's gonna get a little bit different for me because I always set my face with translucent powder after I apply all of my liquid makeup. Then, depending on the foundation, depending on the day, how my skin's doing, I'll go in and use a powder that has color. This powder obviously has color to it. So I'm very nervous about that and I feel like it can mess everything up. We will see. I mean, it's meant to be used in those 3 steps, so I'm gonna give it a fair shot. This is not my personal preference, and I will try the concealer and the powder with my finishing powder. I either use the Huda Beauty one or the Laura Mercier one. They're both amazing. So for the packaging, it's a very nice, sleek black. It does feel a little bit like cheap, like plastic. What the hell am I saying? So it does have a mirror, which I absolutely love. The shade I got is also pretty close to my face and neck. So filter 4 was too dark and filter 3 is a little bit too light as well. But obviously when I use bronzer and everything, it's totally fine. Also, when you flip this little up, you get this little Morphe compact. I never use these, but if you do, that's really nice for travels. And my favorite thing is the mirror. I think that's great if you're traveling, doing your makeup, any of that jazz. So I am going to be using 2 Morphe brushes. So the first one I'm using is the Morphe E48 brush, and I'm going to use this to set underneath my eyes and around like my nose. And then to set the rest of my face and my neck, I'm going to be using the Morphe M527 brush, which is like this really fluffy, dense brush. Both of these are from the James Charles kit. I've never used these 2 brushes from Morphe, so I'm excited to use them. I'm very nervous right now. So I'm going to start off by dipping into the big brush and starting with my neck and my face. I'm just gonna set half of it so you guys could see how it looks. And I do like it set. I know how some people just use it underneath their eyes and around. Like now, like I set my whole face. So now I'm gonna go in to this. Let me see how it feels. Oh, it feels very nice. Start off with the end. Okay, so this is half of my face set as opposed to the other one. So right away, the concealer is looking really nice. I think it looks even better set with this powder than it did before right over here, to be honest, if you guys compare. Okay, now lastly, a little bit of mist. All right, so this powder is very, very nice. It's not caking underneath my eyes either. I don't understand what's my issue with this eye. Like this eye right in this area, like it doesn't want to get concealed. It doesn't matter if I use the Tarte Shape Tape or any other concealer, like it doesn't want to conceal. Like I'll do freaking 7 layers. It'll just, I don't know. But I'm just going to judge this side of my face because it's nicer to me. So overall, I do want to say the foundation is my favorite thing from these 3 products. I think it is incredible. I don't know how it is if you go 1 layer, second layer. I did want it to be a straight 1 layer, first impression, first opinion, because obviously any foundation I think gets greater once you start doing 2-3 layers of it, but this is something very convenient. If you have clear skin, no texture, like this foundation is amazing. It definitely is a matte foundation. I don't think it's very, very matte either, and it does have medium to full coverage depending on your skin. That's why I'm saying medium to full coverage, because for somebody who has clear skin, like 1 layer is fine. As I said, my face is pretty much covered except this little area right over here, which is not a big deal at all. Overall, the foundation, absolutely amazing. The shade is perfect. I would definitely recommend this foundation just from a first impression. Definitely a 10 out of 10. I think it's beautiful, to be completely honest, as you guys could see. For the concealer, this concealer is pretty good as well. First impression, it's good. But for concealer, it's a little bit tricky for me, especially underneath the eyes. I don't want it to start creasing, and that you'll see throughout the day. I will do a little update in like a few hours letting you know, and after I finish my makeup, how it also plays with other products. But the concealer is really nice. I do use it to highlight. It did highlight and cover my dark circles, except this little part because it's so weird. But overall, it's really nice. As for creasing, there isn't much once I even set it. That's how I like check. It doesn't really crease into them, but you do see them, and I think that any concealer does that. If you have some sort of like fine lines or wrinkles, it's not bad like at all compared to other concealers I've tried. And then this finishing powder is great. It looks almost as if I set my face with translucent powder and then use this. So it's really good. Obviously powder, you have to see how it plays out. If it is going to keep my face matte, I don't want it to start getting oily. I don't want it to start breaking up around my face. But that all is with time. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off my makeup and come back to you guys, let you guys know how it played out, and then I will also check in a little bit later. Alright guys, so I'm back and I just finished up my makeup. I did my everyday makeup just to finish off the look because this video and today is really focused on the 3 products that I showed you guys. The foundation, the concealer, and then the setting powder. So after I finished off my makeup, I think I loved everything even more. I think all 3 of these things as a first impression play out together very, very well. I don't know if it's the formula or what magic is in this, but just all 3 of these together, it's a great look. The foundation is my absolute favorite thing from these 3 things. It is amazing. If you do have to go out and pick one of these things to get the foundation. There definitely is going to be a shade for you or a shade very close to you. There are 60 foundations, and as I said, this is super inexpensive. It is a beautiful, flawless foundation. It is medium to full coverage, and I really, really like it. Definitely recommend it from this first impression. I'm already very impressed, and I could tell I'm really gonna like it. I have had this makeup on for another like hour already after I finished it because I did go ahead and eat, and it's still there, it's still set. I mean, it looks great. It's not building up anywhere. And I know an hour, it's not a lot of time, but for me, a lot of the times already foundations are starting to get oily, and that's not the case with this, and I feel like that's because of this powder. This powder is also very, very good, like it is. And I know I was a little bit biased with my translucent powder, but I really, really like it. And as for the concealer, again, it did an amazing job. Once I went ahead and applied all of my makeup, I mean, it looks flawless underneath my eyes. Like, absolutely flawless. So as my first impression, these 3 things were amazing. I truly did like them, and I hope that I continue to like them throughout the day and all the other times that I use it. Again, my favorite thing was the foundation. All 3 things are very affordable, and they have a really big shade range when it comes to everything, especially the foundation. I love what Morphe stands for, and I definitely recommend this. So check it out online. Go in store if you have a Morphe store. So yeah, I am gonna check back with you guys in a little bit. Right now it is 10:14, and I'll check back with you guys very soon. Okay, this is a really stupid angle because I'm literally holding a freaking giant tripod. It's currently like 2:24. So it's been almost 4 hours since I filmed this video. I did have to reapply my lipstick, but I haven't touched anything up, and I wanted to show you guys up close how it looks like by my window, which is with the natural lighting, and it looks so good. Like, what? You guys could get a close-up look underneath my eyes. Don't mind my eyebrows, I have to get them done. It did start to build up a little bit around my nose, which is totally normal. My nose is very dry. But yeah, sorry if the sound of the camera. I have the autofocus on so you guys could really see. But overall, like, wow. So impressed with these products, you guys. Okay guys, so I am gonna close out today's video right over here. I know I'm at a super awkward angle, but it's currently 2:57, so I had this on for a while. It's almost been 5 hours. I started filming before 10, and this wasn't like a 12-hour test challenge, anything like that. I am gonna take off my makeup because I'm going to the gym, I'm gonna run errands, all that stuff. But for the 5 hours that I did have it on, and as a first impression, I was very impressed. I mean, my makeup is still intact, like it hasn't moved. There are foundations that I love that I literally have to touch up every hour, and I think that the concealer, foundation, and powder all play together so nicely. I definitely would have recommended. It's super affordable, and as I said, it is incredible. If you guys want to see an update, I definitely will do it on my Instagram, letting you guys know how I like it, when I wear it a full day at school, and all that stuff. But as I said, I am going to be doing a lot of things, and I do want to take this off. Overall, definitely recommend it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button to join my little fam. And also don't forget to hit the little notification bell so you guys don't miss out whenever I post another video. So that is it, you guys. I love you all so much. Definitely follow me on my socials, which are always down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.